Welcome to the only daily podcast focusing on compliance news of the day. Each morning, start your day with a cup of coffee and Tom Fox, the voice of compliance, to hear about 4 of the top compliance, corruption, or leadership stories you will need to start your day. The Daily Compliance News is a production of the Compliance Podcast Network.
First, a word from our sponsor. The Daily Compliance News for June 3, 2023. It's going to be bad edition. And we begin with that story from ESPN as NBA Commissioner Adam Silver has indicated he has reached a decision regarding the league's looming disciplinary action against Memphis Grizzlies superstar Ja Morant, but is going to wait until after the NBA Finals and the championship is crowned to announce the punishment. That certainly indicates it's going to be bad. Morant was suspended previously for toting a gun around, and apparently another video surfaced of this same conduct. And Silver said they looked into it. There's a history of prior acts, and it's going to be, as he said, we've, quote, uncovered a fair amount of information, end quote. So expect something bad with suspension of Ja Morant. Next up from the Wall Street Journal, Risk and Compliance Journal, a paid article by Deloitte regarding legal operations to transform or to drive value. Corporate legal operations at many organizations are in the midst of a major transformation as they modernize and develop strategies to proactively deliver greater value. A recent survey from Deloitte indicate many legal teams are improving their management performance and tracking of the legal work, but there are greater opportunities here to drive value. I mean, been in a corporate legal department, of course, that is certainly something that I am fully aware of. Next up from Reuters, the president of El Salvador pledges to build a white-collar prison as a part of his war on corruption. So just imagine Bernie Madoff and Elizabeth Holmes in the same prison. Of course, that would never happen because that's a coeducational prison, but it's delicious to think about the top fraudsters all in one prison. Can you imagine the schemes, jobs, and other ideas that they would come up with? The fraud Pentagon would be having a full-time workout in such a prison. But maybe it'll work in El Salvador. And finally, an article from Fierce Pharma. Yes, Fierce Pharma, a first-time contributor to the Daily Compliance News, which reports that former Novartis executives are cleared of bribery charges in Greece after a years-long investigation. A probe into company paid kickbacks from 2006 to 2015 has culminated in no bribery charges. Former Novartis execs walked and couldn't be charged, allegedly due to the expiration of the statute of limitations. So pretty stunning news out of Greece, how these execs walked, particularly given the facts that were laid out in the settlement documents for Novartis's FCPA violations. Happy weekend to all. The Daily Compliance News is a production of the Compliance Podcast Network and a proud member of C-Suite Radio. Thanks so much for listening. I hope you'll join me again tomorrow.